Make Valentine's Day extra special with a visit to your friendly neighborhood Bonds and Pavilions. You'll love saving big on food that's just better, fresher, sweeter. For special dinners, stop by the meat department and pick up fresh USDA Choice New York strip steak, bone-in, for only $4.88 a pound when you shop with your club card. And get a sweet deal on a 3-pound bag of local Halos tangerines, just $2.99 each with your club card. Fresher meats, tastier meals, sweeter savings. Bonds and Pavilions, it's just better.
You're listening to the Morning Punchin' Show with RB&J, live and direct from more cities than an Instagram model's bio. Get ready for some boxing talk on the clock. Let's face it, you're not working and somebody's got to pay for the Wi-Fi.
Yes, good morning. Do not sweat the technique. Hey, everyone, it's Friday. We are going to start your weekend off right. I am RB, and my co-host, Jay, is on the line from Inglewood. What's good, Jay?
Always up to no good. Always up to no good on a Friday morning.
We are so excited for this show today. And listeners, this will be the most unpredictable, honest, and authentic show in boxing. I promise you that. I guarantee you that. You will need a spirited sense of humor to rock with us for sure. It's going to be one of a kind, must listen to. We have a fully formatted show for everyone today. The soft launch was great last week with Antonio Tarver and Steve Cunningham, and we got so much great feedback, and we're ready to really roll this thing out for you guys and have some fun. Again, we want to focus about the positive in boxing, about what it is, not really, what it's not. If you've been busy all week, we're going to catch you up with all the hot topics and all the headlines. If you want to win some free Raging Babe boxing apparel, T-shirts, and novelty items, we're going to be playing a game, a boxing trivia game called Know It or Blow It. And we're going to open up the lines today. We're going to probably take about 2 callers. And you better be sharp. You better know your boxing, and you better be quick with it. So be sure you call in. The number is 718-508-9852, and press 1 if you want to enter to play the game. So we'll play Know It or Blow It. We'll pick up a caller, and you got 1 shot, 10 seconds to answer our boxing trivia. So we are ready to get started. Before we get started, Jay, just because I'm going to try to be cute, can you play our drop one more time because it is so dope?
I love it. I love it.
You're listening to the Morning Punchin' Show with RB&J, live and direct from more cities than an Instagram model's bio. Get ready for some boxing talk on the clock. Let's face it, you're not working and somebody's got to pay for the Wi-Fi.
How can you not be in a good mood listening to that? So anyway, let's kick off this weekend right. Let's dive right into hot topics, which is the most talked about headlines in boxing this week. Let's dive right in, JEANDRA. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. reportedly closing in on a deal to face Badu Jack. I really like that fight. Apparently, they're still in negotiations. Things seem to be going well, but what weight is this fight going to be made at? Can Chavez Jr. make 168?
Can he make 178? Can he make 188? What's he weigh right now?
Yeah, I don't know, but Robert Garcia said he's already in camp. We got him out in Big Bear where there's nothing to do. He's eating good. We have a chef out there that's cooking for him and feeding him. So, that's going to be a big advantage for him. I don't believe it. I don't care where you put Chavez Jr. He's going to do him. He's going to eat whatever he wants. He's a big spoiled brat. I do like the fight, though. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that is definitely a good fight. Yeah, up to no good in Inglewood. You know what's up.
Keeping it real in Inglewood. All right, let's move on. Adrian Broner versus Ashley Theophane was, I guess, formally announced yesterday that it's going to take place in D.C. And apparently on that card, we're going to get to see Jay Leon Love and Giovanna Davis, who used to train with Broner. And I think Broner is actually who introduced Giovanna Davis to Mayweather and Heyman and that whole group. The show, this is the interesting part, the show is going to be co-promoted with About Billions. So Adrian Broner now has his own promotional company called About Billions, but I'm told that he has no staff. He has no infrastructure. It's just pretty much a company name, and he does have some fighters. So expect to see Bandcamp on the card, all of his little Bandcamp buddies.
Oh, God.
My question is, what billion-dollar corporation is going to ante up and take About Billions promotions seriously, JEANDRA? Seriously.
Negative. That's all I have. That's all I have. I don't think anybody's going to take him seriously. Last night I got a chance to check up that About Billions episode 10, and yeah, I don't know about all of that. We might get a concert, though, because according to that episode, he now has a record, so we'll get a Rock Nation inspired card.
JEANDRA, so Jay is breaking up a little bit on the line. We'll let her figure out what's going on there technically. I'm going to move on to Hot Topics. Canelo has a new brand collection. And again, these Hot Topics are, if you missed all these little headlines that came out this week, you're busy at work, we're going to bring you up to speed. Canelo rolled out a new brand collection, and it's called Always Ready.
Why isn't it called Born Ready?
I was born ready.
Right. So he always does say Born Ready, but it's going to be called Always Ready. You can visit his store on Instagram at Canelo Store, but he actually does have some pretty dope stuff. So anyway, if you're a big Canelo fan, he's got a new brand. He rolled that out. Let's see, a lot of noise on the line, Jay. Hopefully we could figure out what's going on with you over there. Okay, let's move on. Brian Jennings, he is in Oakland, and it looks like he has become one of Andre Ward's top sparring partners for the Sullivan-Barrera fight. So I found that interesting. He did attempt to train with Virgil Hunter for a little short minute there, and he just wasn't feeling the chemistry, but he is out there sparring with Andre Ward and getting him ready for the fight. And then this week, we also see that Willie Monroe is out in California training with Victor Ortiz. Moving on.
Training with Cuckoo Bird.
Yeah, poor Willie. So Antonio Margarito returns versus Jorge Paez, and it was announced this week that it will be aired March 5th on BN Sports Español. I don't know how I feel about Margarito's return. If you guys have been seeing any photos that have been floating around, his eye does not look good. I think only in Mexico can he get licensed to fight. Have you seen photos of him, Jay?
The one photo I saw of him, I didn't know if he was looking at me or looking at the person next to me. He does not look good at all. So I'm not anxious to see Antonio Margarito return to the ring at all.
Yeah. So moving on. Zab Judah returns. March 12th in Las Vegas. He's going to try to make this comeback again. Zab Judah returns for all you Zab Judah fans. Jojo Diaz, he is stepping up March 26th versus Jason Velez. I have to say, Jay, I like Jojo Diaz. This is a really nice step up for him. How do you feel about Jojo Diaz?
I like Jojo Diaz. I like what they're doing with him. He seems like a focused kid. He's great when you speak to him in interviews. So kudos to Golden Boy for Jojo. He's doing some good things over there.
Absolutely. Hopefully we'll get Jojo on one of our shows soon, too. I really want to talk to him, get to know him more, and see what he's all about. So in other hot topic news, a few days ago it was said that most likely Earl Spence is going to face Chris Algieri April 16th in Brooklyn, which is a really nice step up for Earl Spence. You know, Algieri definitely has an edge there in the experience department. He fought Ruslan Prodnikov, then he came back to fight Manny Pacquiao, then they threw him in there with Amir Khan. And so those three opponents alone are probably better than anybody that Earl Spence has faced to date. So I think Spence is going to be the clear favorite, but it's a really good fight. And, hey, you know, win, lose, or draw, Chris Algieri, he's got a good look to him. He makes for fun fights. You know, it doesn't matter if he loses or not. I think he's going to continue getting big fights, and he's going to make some good money. So good for Chris Algieri. Not everybody in boxing could take an L or even 2 L's and be able to come back and still make really good money and headline cards. I think it says a lot. Yeah, and I think it says a lot that Earl Spence is coming out. He's having his coming out party in Brooklyn, New York. You know, this is one of the top prospects. They're putting him in New York. That speaks volumes about what Heyman has planned for him.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The co-feature on that card is said to be Glowacki versus Cunningham, which that's going to make a really, really fun fight. So overall, April 16th card I think is pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, that's a good card. That's a good look for Steve Cunningham, too.
Yeah. So, okay, let's get back to Victor Ortiz. Him and Joel Diaz are no longer together, Jay. Diaz stated that Victor Ortiz he didn't really like Indio. He likes being in Ventura, California. That's where all his friends are. You know, he likes to go out, surfboarding, and all this other stuff. And, you know, God bless Joel Diaz's heart. You know, Tim Bradley leaves him. Then he goes and takes Victor Ortiz, who I'm sure most trainers don't even want to touch him unless it's just for the payday. Let's be honest. So poor Joel Diaz, you know, but everybody knows Victor's a bit out there, and Diaz really tried with him. He gets an A for effort, but I don't know if anybody's going to be able to reel Victor in and, you know, bring him back. Last hot topics before we move on. The whole scandal this week that happened with Manny Pacquiao. We've got to touch on this subject. You know, he revealed some really shocking views on homosexuality this week. He pretty much said that gay couples are worse than animals. Everybody had a meltdown. Everybody had a meltdown. He comes back and he apologizes, but the worst part is that he did the apology in a video wearing a Nike shirt with his logo on it. And Nike was endorsing Manny Pacquiao. The very next day, Nike dropped him and said, look, we don't stand behind fighters who discriminate, who have racial views, anything of that sort. I mean, Manny really put his foot in his mouth here. You know, when you're being endorsed by a company, when you're being sponsored by a brand, you represent that brand. They don't necessarily represent you. So you always have to say the right thing at the right time. Unfortunately, you cannot have views on homosexuality. You cannot have views on religions and this, that, and the third. You are representing a bigger brand than you. So
that's correct.
It's really unfortunate. They dropped him. I don't know how much money that means that he's losing. You know, I don't know if his contract was, you know, worth $1 million. Maybe it was worth $5 million. Who knows? But he got dropped like something serious.
He's missing out on a whole lot of money. I don't know if he still does, because remember, Nike also endorses Andre Ward. And Andre Ward is another clean-cut Christian guy, but Andre Ward know to keep his personal views on things like that to himself. So Manny, you know, we'll see what happens with that. We know he has difficulties previously with financial issues, so this is definitely going to be a big hit to his purse, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's all I pretty much have for us. Again, if you guys want to play our Know It or Blow It boxing trivia, you have to call the number 718-508-9852. Press 1 to enter the game, and we are going to randomly answer your call to play Know It or Blow It. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with Deep Thoughts with Chris Ariola.
You're listening to the Morning Punchin' Show with RB&J, live and direct from more cities than an Instagram model's bio. Get ready for some boxing talk on the clock. Let's face it, you're not working and somebody's got to pay for the Wi-Fi.
I swear every time I hear that, I want to do like a windmill on a nice, like a slippery wood floor. So we're back. It's the Morning Punchin' Show with RB&J. we're with a segment we wanted to introduce last week, but we just couldn't get into it because our guests were so lit. We have a new segment for you this morning. It's called Deep Thoughts. And we talk to people around the industry and ask their opinions on not just boxing, but issues, global issues, food, dating, advice. So this will be a reoccurring series for us on the show. So we proudly introduce our first segment of Deep Thoughts, featuring none other than Chris Ariola.
Oh, we had a ball. Let's hear this.
And now, Deep Thoughts with Chris Ariola.
You know what? You gotta. The tacos and beers are so damn good. They just complement each other. First of all, the tacos, the meat has to be made right. There has to be some kind of marinating. And when you marinate it, you got to do it with some love. You got to do it with some flavor. And that really what gives it flavor. Just that little extra salt, that little pinch that goes, bam, that's, oh, shit. That's what just set it off. And then you add the tacos to it. The tacos just wash it down just perfectly, you know. And it just makes you want some more tacos. I guess that's why they complement each other.
You know, hey, that's some that's sage advice from Chris Ariola, because, I mean, sometimes you have to wonder, why the hell are tacos and beer so damn good? So,
you know,
thank you, Chris Ariola.
We had a ball with Chris Ariola. We asked him so many random questions, and I'm telling you, he really gave us some words of wisdom. He really was dropping gems on us. And so there you go. Why is beer and tacos so good? He put a D on that. So, Jay, let's play Know It or Blow It. So this is going to be a game where we're going to pick up a caller. Press 1 if you want us to pick you up and play this game. This is a boxing trivia game. And the caller is going to have one shot to answer our question correctly. And they're going to get 10 seconds. And if you win, you will win any shirt you want from the Ragin' Babe store. We will send that out to you. So, Jay, if you want to go to the switchboard and bring on a caller.
Let's see what we got here. 610-905. Roll your windows up. 610-905. You're on with the Morning Punch-In Show with RB and J. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Frankie from Pennsylvania.
Hey, Frankie.
What's up?
Frankie from Pennsylvania. All right, we're going to play Know It or Blow It. We're going to give you 10 seconds on the clock. We're going to ask you one question. You have one shot. I'm going to need you to roll your windows up or make your line a little bit clearer so we can hear you.
Yeah, windows are up. I apologize. I mean, I'm in the car, but windows are up.
All right.
You asked me a question. Can I ask Chris Ariola a question?
Well, a lot of that stuff is pre-recorded, so unfortunately he's not on the line with us. But, okay, I'm going to need you to speak up really loud and clear so I can hear you because it sounds really noisy. But here we go. Jay, get ready for the 10-second time clock. I need you to name for us 5 current junior middleweights. Ready? Go.
Both the Charlos, Julian Williams. Is Gabby still 54?
Shit. Well, he said both Charlos, J-Rock Williams, and then he said Gabi Rosado if he's still at 154. Gabe Rosado hasn't been 154 for 2 years. Well, listen, thank you for calling in. Thank you for listening. You didn't win, but you could try again maybe next week. So thanks again, Frankie from Pennsylvania. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
When the mind is ready, the body prepares for war. So next time you engage in battle, protect your hands with the best. War Tape, the original branded tape. Order yours now at wartapebrand.com and see why the enemy will fear you. wartapebrand.com. We put hands on you.
We are back with the Morning Punch-In Show with RB and J. Given this is our first full show, we're happy to roll out another reoccurring segment that we'll have every Friday on the Morning Punch-In Show called Pranked. Pretty self-explanatory. This week, our victim is none other than Philly's own Jesse Hart.
Jay, we are so excited to launch this segment, and we actually had some good stuff in the stash, but Jesse Hart last week, it just made perfect sense for us to get him. He was out there in Philly doing all this community-type work. He's promoting his fight March 18th. He was visiting community centers and nursing homes, and he was giving them all red roses, and it really came from his heart. He was really doing something good, which gave us all the more reason to try to prank him. And it was the ultimate prank. You know, we caught him off guard, plotting on him. You got to listen to this. Here we go, Jay. Play the prank.
Jesse.
Yes.
Hey, all right, so I actually have Margaret Johnson on the line with us. She wanted to touch base with you. You visited her mother, Beatrice, at the Ignatius Nursing Home over the weekend.
Okay.
Margaret, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay,
yes.
Jesse's on the line.
Hi, Jesse is your name?
Yes.
Hi. The reason why I'm reaching out to you today is because my father called me. He was a little upset. He said something about you visiting my mom had some flowers or something on Valentine's Day, and my dad was really upset about that. He said, who's this, he's an old man. He said, who's this guy coming to the nursing home giving my wife flowers? And I tried to say, Dad, calm down, calm down. He goes, no, who is this guy? Is he in the habit of giving other men's wives flowers, and he's just really upset, and I just wanted to, why did you do that?
Well, I did that because my grandmother, she died when I was like, I think about 16 years old, and on Valentine's Day she really took that serious, and I don't have my grandma no more, and I just wanted to keep that going. Like I wanted to keep that alive. It wasn't like wasn't really like, I was just doing it because, like I said, it was a lot of love. My grandma said on that day we all supposed to give love. And my family and my siblings, they kind of have lost that. Everybody have lost that in my household with my grandma I'm going. So it was just like I did it on that strength. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to offend nobody by no means. I was just trying to be, keep something going in my household. Keep something going that my grandma loved. Like I said, I lost my grandma. I mean, she was a big part of my life. You know what I mean? It was nothing about, like I said, if I offended anybody by any means, I apologize deeply from my heart. But my grandma always said Valentine's Day was about love. People lost that in my household. So, like I said, I just wanted to keep that going for my grandmother.
Jesse, I can appreciate that, but, my father is really upset. I told him, Dad, he's a boxer, don't get too, he's a tough old guy. He said, well, ask him if he can get us some tickets. At least let me take your mom to the fight or something. You're a fighter? I looked you up. I mean, you don't look like a fighter. I mean, you're a fighter?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I think I'll see if I can arrange that. We can get some tickets for him, and I can see if I can arrange that. I could definitely see if I can arrange that. That shouldn't be a problem. Like I said, if I offended anybody, man, I don't mean to do that. Like I said, I just wanted to keep something going for my grandma.
If they come to the fight, you're not going to give my mom some more flowers and get my father all upset again, are you? He might want to jump in the ring.
No, I don't want that kind of trouble. You come to the fight, man. We talk about it. We take pictures or something. Go out for a cup of tea probably afterwards or something, man. I'm that type of guy. I don't want no trouble outside the ring.
Who are you fighting? I don't know much about fighting. I mean, I don't know much about it or anything.
I'm fighting a kid named Deshaun Johnson from California.
Oh.
So it's a tough one for all my belts and all that. So I gotta really be prepared for this one. That's why I don't want no trouble outside the ring.
Jesse,
I want all love.
hold on, let me interject a little bit. Margaret, I think your father's name is Eugene, and I think Jesse's father's name is Eugene, too, and he was like a Philly legend back in the day. So I think your father and his father, maybe have a little in common.
Right.
They're going to have something in common if he keep giving my mom them flowers.
I don't want that trouble. I just can't.
And
I don't want no
he
trouble.
little, but he mighty.
I don't want that trouble. I'm sorry if I offended anybody.
Right.
Tell him I'm sorry. Tell Mr. Eugene I'm sorry if I offended anybody. Miss Margaret.
Margaret,
yes,
are you okay with this? I mean, is Eugene going to be okay with a couple tickets and we could settle up? I mean, I'll talk to the promoter myself and see if we can get, your dad and your mom a pair of tickets to the fight.
Yeah, straighten that out, Michelle.
Yeah, I'll do that. All right, well.
Yeah, I guess it's okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, all right, Jesse. Well, before you go, just wanted to let you know that you've been pranked by RB&J.
Wow. Wow. That was you guys. Wow.
So we've been recording the call. And we're gonna play it on the morning show on Friday morning. But you've been pranked.
Wow.
Do you have to give another men's wives flowers? Yo,
I was in the bank. Oh my God. Yo, you gotta be kidding me. Yo. Oh man, that was wow. Wow.
We wish you all the luck on March 18th. Thank you for keeping boxing in Philly. Good luck on your fight.
Hey, this is Jesse Hart, and I just been pranked by RB&J.
We had Jesse Hart.
Oh my God.
We had him so shook. We had him stuttering. We didn't know about the history with his grandma, so we were kind of feeling bad in the background, like, oh man, he was actually really doing something good from his heart to, carry on his grandma's legacy. And man, we really, really pulled it off. We had so much fun. Oh, Jay, and how you were able to stay so serious. I mean, I had to mute myself so many times because it was just so funny.
Poor Jesse, man. I had to give it to him, though. I didn't even know his dad's name was Eugene. My dad's name is Eugene. So when he started in about his grandma, I felt guilty, but then I thought, damn all that. It's a prank. I'm about to let him have it. Get us some tickets to the fight, Jesse Hart. Me and Eugene and my mom and Margaret, we coming.
Then I said, look, I'll talk to the promoter. I'll get tickets. He said, yeah, handle that, Michelle. Can you handle that for me? It was so funny. Like, I could just handle it and get all these random people some tickets. That was so funny. So nobody is safe. We got a lot more in the stash every week. We are going to be pranking people and playing pranks that we have already pre-recorded. We didn't want to let, our format out so that everybody was, down with what we were doing. But, Jay, I think that we're going to take, are we taking a quick commercial break, or are we going to roll right into Word on the Curb?
You know what? Damn the commercial. I'm ready to see what's up. I want to hear some Word on the Curb. I want to know what's going on. Give us the word, Michelle.
All right, let's go. Word on the Curb. Let's talk a little bit about Keith Thurman and Sean Porter. So word has it that Keith Thurman does have a rematch clause in his agreement, but Sean Porter does not. So so pretty much if and when Sean Porter beats Keith Thurman could say, I want a rematch. Thurman were to beat Sean Porter can't say that. He can't say, I want my rematch. You see how that goes there?
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Yep. So there you go. Keith Thurman has a rematch clause. On a light. The good news is that USADA testing has officially started for Sean Porter and Keith Thurman. USADA was in Las Vegas a couple of days ago, drawing that good blood from Sean Porter. Other word on the curb is Bernard Hopkins versus Adonis Stevenson. This is for Yeah, this is for real, people. This was just not a rumor that somebody put out there. B-Hop is making moves. He is reaching out to Adonis Stevenson's promoters in Canada, and he wants this fight, and he wants it on HBO, and he wants it at the end of April, maybe early May, but most likely they're going to target for the end of April. You know, B-Hop has said he is not going to be okay with fighting a Berto his last fight. He wants a big name. He wants it to be in a big city. He wants it to be in a big venue. He would rather lose to somebody that he's supposed to lose to rather than lose to somebody that he's not supposed to lose to. This is his call 100%, okay? Offers have been put on the table. Things have been put in motion. He wants to fight in either New York, L.A., or Philly. The only hesitation that could maybe hold this up is, let's think about it. If Adonis Stevenson were to beat Bernard Hopkins, Jay, what do you think HBO would want from Adonis Stevenson in return?
They got to get that Kovalev fight in return.
You
got
got
to
it.
ante up and do it. Maybe he'll storm the ring again.
That's me. This is the beat. The biggest offense. This is me. I'm the champ. I'm the world champ. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I know one thing. Is that Adonis Stevenson much rather fight Bernard Hopkins than Kovalev. But yeah,
Damn right.
HBO. Yeah, but if I'm HBO and I give you the Bernard Hopkins fight, I'm gonna say, well, listen, I want something in that contract telling me that you're going to fight Kovalev over here. So that's where things might get a little sticky. I don't know if Al Heyman's going to go for that. You know, talking about Bernard Hopkins, you know what I realized this morning? He has fought on pay-per-view almost 11 times.
Dang.
Did you know that? Did you even peep how much money Bernard Hopkins has made?
I didn't even realize that. I mean, I know Bernard been around a long time. I had no idea. Jeez. That's more than Floyd, huh? Or is that pretty close?
Let me run it down. He fought Trinidad, Oscar, Jermaine Taylor, Winky Wright when Winky was hot as fish grease, Calzaghe, Tarver, Pavlik, Dawson, and Roy Jones.
Dang.
No, Bernard has fought on pay-per-view mad times. He has made a lot of paper in this business, but you know what? I guess he wants to go out like a G. He's an old-school fighter. And he's going to do it his way. All right, moving on. Some other word on the curb is about Vanis. Vanis was supposed to be fighting Jamal Charlo. Not the one the other brother. And so things seem to really be going in motion, but apparently Jamal Charlo pumped the brakes. I know that Ronnie Shields really wanted this fight. Ronnie Shields, he's still a little bitter that Jamal Charlo left him, and now he's in Dallas training with Earl Spence and Derek James. And Ronnie Shields kind of wanted to put the icing on the cake to say, well, my guy Jamal is going to beat the brakes off of Vanis, and we're going to prove that he's better than Mel. So there's a little bit of soap opera, and drama behind the scenes, but that fight seems to have fallen apart. And I actually reached out to Vanis yesterday, and he couldn't really tell me much, but what he did say is, look, this has all been unbelievable. And he acted so hard when I fought his brother, and now he's turned into a little bitch. So that's what I got from Vanis yesterday, and it looks like we're going to get Vanis versus Laura too. Yeah, so Jamal Charlo, he might get on that April 16th card with that Earl Spence Algieri, but he's not going to end up fighting Vanis after all. So anyway, it looks like Matisse and Herrera is back alive at 147. Some reports came out that it was really close between either Cano landing the fight or Mauricio Herrera, but it looks like Herrera's going to get the nod. That's not 100% starting to look that way. Leo Santa Cruz, Jay, I said a few weeks ago that this boy looked a little husky. He is having weight issues. He is fighting Kiko Martinez next week, and he is pretty much training with like a fireman suit on for this trade next week. for this fight next week. I mean, thank God he's fighting Kiko, but he is husky. Have you peeped that?
Yeah, Leo Santa Cruz is looking thicker than a chick in a Drake video. He looked like he got some meat on him. He been living the good life. So we'll see what the scales say come this month when he fights against Kiko. But, yeah, Leo looking thick.
You know, that's where we go back to talking about lifestyle changes. These fighters, most of them come from nothing, and they start making money. And then they start eating good and traveling good, and they got all these women and this and that. And, when your lifestyle changes, your training kind of takes the back seat. And anyway, he's definitely having some weight issues there. Victor Pastel is looking for a fight. We all know that he originally said that he wanted 2 tune-ups before fighting Crawford. But you know what? Fighting Crawford would have been his best shot at getting back on TV. I don't care what anybody says. No networks are banging down his door. So he needs to pick a legitimate fight with a fighter that has a legitimate name because it hasn't been an easy task to get him back on TV. So there you have it. There's our word on the curb. You know what, Jay? We're moving right along here. I think we should go back to the phone lines and maybe pick up another caller to play Know It or Blow It. How's that?
Know it or blow. Know it or blow.
Let's go to the phone line, Jay. Bring us on somebody.
All right, let's pick them up. 405-326. You are on with the Morning Punching Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Man, it's me again. New Jersey, Isha.
Oh, all right. Hey,
all right.
How do you like the show so far?
Man, I love the show, man. It's really good. I like the fact that I ain't got to stay up until 30 at night to listen to you guys. I really enjoy the change of the days.
Well, you know what? We wanted to make it convenient for everyone, so we wanted to wake up with the West Coast. And on the East Coast, if you a stay-at-home mom or you at work, or if you're on your lunch break, you could still listen, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to bring energy to West Coast and East Coast. So anyway, listen, we're going to give you another 10 seconds. You have one shot. I'm going to give you one question to see if you can win yourself a free Ragin' Babe T-shirt. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to give you 10 seconds. Here we go. Where is Peter Quillen from? Go.
Cuba? I don't know.
Cuba.
He ain't from Brooklyn, I tell you that shit.
He is not from Cuba. He is not from Brooklyn. Peter Quillen. Peter Quillen is from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
All I know is that nigga is not from Brooklyn, bro.
Listen, thanks for calling in. Thank you for playing the game again. Jay, if you want to put her back in the queue, and is there anybody else we could pick up? We want to give away some free stuff.
Yeah, let me put her in the queue. Let me pick up this next person. Let's see. Let's go to, this looks like Philadelphia. Be Jesse Hart on the cuss us out. 215-439. You're on with the Morning Punching Show with RB and J. Who am I speaking to?
Is it me? It's Livy.
Hey, Livy.
Hey. But I didn't even mean to get in the queue. I was just listening.
Livy Cunningham, one of my favorite Ragin' Babes in the boxing industry. Listen, now that we have you on the line, you're going to be our special guest. You have got to tell us about. Steve has a fight coming up that was kind of leaked out there this week in April in Brooklyn. Tell us about this fight, please.
He does. We're super excited. We've been working on it for a little while, but have been kind of quiet about it. But yeah, it's official. I guess it's out there. He announced, shortly after his last fight that he was dropping back down to cruiserweight, and so we're excited to hop right to the front of the line and go for a title for his first fight out. we feel good about the fight. We feel like this is the kind of guy that, Steve has built a career on, fighting and beating. I feel like he's never seen the style or skill level of Steve, and so I think there'll be fireworks on April 16th. And might I add, it's the day after my birthday, so not hopefully, Steve will have some jewelry for me, a nice new belt for the collection.
I know that's right. That's why we love you. You guys always stay positive. It doesn't matter what type of trials and tribulations and all the nastiness in boxing and, in real life. You guys are just so faithful, and you guys keep it moving, and you guys continue to get blessed. And I don't think there's anybody out there that does not root for Steve Cunningham. How can you not root for him?
Thank you. That means a lot. It's true. We've been through a lot, but you know what? That's life. We don't feel like our trials are any bigger or worse or more than anybody else. It's just like trying to stay positive. And two things, number one, there's always good things along the way, even in the middle of a bad trial. But for sure in our lives, our biggest blessings have come out of, our hardest times. So, man, we just try to take it all in, keep on pushing.
That's great. Well, do you want to play our boxing trivia, or would you like us to take another caller?
I'll try to play. I think I kind of knew I was in the vicinity for the last question, so give me an easy one. Let's do this.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know if I got an easy one. Let's see. I think.
Let me get my Google fingers ready.
All right, let's see. Jay, let me think. All right, we're going to give you 10 seconds. One question. Jay, do you want to ask the question?
Sure. I got one for you.
Go for it.
What is Jesse Vargas's fight name? You got 10 seconds, Libby Cunningham.
Dang it. I seriously don't know. I could have 60 seconds. I wouldn't know. What is it?
He doesn't have one.
So I win. Just kidding. He really doesn't have one?
He does not have a fight name. No, he is vanilla. He's very vanilla.
Cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Libby, thank you so much for calling in. We will touch base offline, me and you, today to talk about some other stuff, but we're going to put you back in the queue, and we're going to try to pick somebody else up and see if anybody can win something today.
Let me say something really quick. I just want to give you guys a shout-out. What you guys are doing is amazing. I love it. I'm tuning in every week, and I'll be sharing and promoting, but I just wanted to say keep going, you guys. I'm really proud of you and definitely rooting y'all on.
Thank you. And, hey, let's plug your new business because you're doing some major things out there. Libby has these really cute cell phone cases. And go ahead, Libby, give the website and give your plug, girl.
Oh, all right. Hey, I'm not mad at that. Thank you. So, yeah, I have a new line of cell phone cases. It's all about really just, like, personal motivation and just little ways to subtly kind of keep pushing yourself through your day, whatever you're going through. So the line is called the Boss Case. It's for bosses. But, yeah, check it out. They're super cute, definitely geared towards the female audience. So, fellas, if you're on the line, I'm sorry. Steve keeps telling me I need to do something for the guys, but I don't really believe guys care that much about phone cases. I could be wrong. But there's new designs coming up, cute phrases, motivational. And, yeah, check it out, thebosscase.com.
All right. Thanks, Libby. We're going to put you back in the queue.
All right.
We love you. All
love
right.
You. Bye.
So,
bye. Bye-bye, Libby.
So, listen, we want to try to play one more know it or blow it boxing trivia. Nobody has won any free stuff today. And here we're thinking the questions are fairly easy, but it just goes to show you that boxing fans are not as sharp as maybe they think they are. We're not asking any, historical things and dates and anything. So let's see. Jay, do we have anyone else that would dare to come on and play Know It or Blow It? Remember, listeners, you have to call 718-508-9852, and you must press 1 for us to see you in the queue so that we could pick you up. So if you think you know your shit, I need you to press 1, and we are going to bring you on. Jay, do we have anybody that is daring enough to play with us?
Let's see who we got here. Let's pick up this caller right here. 780. You are on with the Morning Punching Show with RB and J. What's your name and where you calling from? 330. Going once, going twice.
All right, put him back in the queue. Let's take the next one, the last one from the 213. Jay, go ahead and call him out.
All right, 21716. You're on with the Morning Punching Show. What's your name and where you calling from? Even though I know it's LA. 213. What's your name?
How's it going, people? This is Joseph from SoCal. I'm Bosco Brave 18 on Twitter.
Hey. Oh, what's up, Joseph?
Hey, how's it going? Hey, I think you should win something for correcting your last game, the one about where Peter Quillen's from.
Yeah.
He actually, he's a guy with various, or I should say numerous identities. He's born in Chicago, raised in Grand Rapids, lives in Brooklyn, but trains in California, in Los Angeles.
Wow, and trained in Florida.
There you go. And recently trained in Florida, exactly. Now recently claims Cuban.
Who's more Cuban, Peter Quillen or Willie Monroe? Joseph, that's not the trivia question. I just want to see what you're going to say.
Damn, that's a good one. I would go with Peter Quillen. He's been pushing that agenda lately.
All right, cool.
He's been wearing it on his shorts. He's starting to talk a lot more Spanish lately. He's pushing it out there.
Oh man! All right. So listen, we're going to give you one question. We're going to give you 10 seconds to win some free Raging Babe gear. So Jay, get ready. We're going to give him 10 seconds. Here is your question. What is Saddam Ali's fight name? Ready, go.
Saddam Ali. He doesn't have one.
Yes, he does. Keep trying.
Oh, he does. Snap! You got me on that one. It's World Kid. There you go. Am I too late?
Too late. The 10 seconds is
damn
already
you guys.
up. It's the Real World Kid.
Yeah.
We stumped everybody. Wow.
Oh man, I got the.
So listen,
John's hit me with that tune.
Before we let you go, tell us, how are you enjoying the morning show?
You know what? I'm accustomed to you guys having it on Wednesday evenings. So this is the first time I actually ran across it, that you guys are having it Friday mornings. It's pretty cool. I mean, like you guys said, it's convenient for the East and West Coasters. I know when it was on Wednesday nights, it was probably difficult for the East Coasters because it was on like at midnight for them. But same enthusiasm. You guys are still killing it and, talking a lot of funny shit. So, yeah, I appreciate it. I'll listen to it when I can, and I'm free today. So I'm with you guys.
Well, here's the good news, is that we are still going to be on Wednesday nights, but that's the ruckus, and that's where we're going to bring on different fighters and people in the industry and do some, one-on-one with them. The morning show, we have hot topics, and we're pulling pranks, and we got some good word on the curb, so you're going to get us twice a week now.
Oh, double dipping, not bad. I can't complain.
Hey. All right, look, we're going to put you back in the queue, and we are going to wrap up here. Thank you so much for playing Know It or Blow It.
All right. Thank you, girls. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, Jay. Look, we are going to wrap up here. Let's wrap up with this weekend's fight schedule. Tonight there's boxing from Atlantic City. There's a ShoBox card with Adam Lopez versus Mario Munoz. From Iowa, there is a CBS Sportsnet show with John Vera versus I.A. Bruce. And then from L.A., there's an Estrella TV card featuring Diego De La Hoya versus Arturo Badillo. And then Saturday, tomorrow night, from Phoenix, there's a Unimas card with Jesse Magdaleno versus Ray Perez. And from Mexico on BeIN Sports Español is Francisco Rodriguez versus Ramon Garcia. So definitely, let's see, we've got 3 cards tonight, 2 tomorrow. We have nothing to complain about. Jay, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Just want to thank everybody for tuning in and rocking with us, rocking the morning show with RB&J. We love doing it. We're going to continue doing it, so keep listening. We got more great things to come.
Yeah, look, we just want to have fun. We want to start your Friday mornings off right. Again, this is going to be the most unpredictable, honest, and authentic boxing show there is in boxing. I promise you that. Every week we're going to play Know It or Blow It and try to give people chances to win free gear. And we're going to hopefully always bring you the latest news and the best word on the curb and just keep you guys laughing, whether you're at work or you're at home or you're on your commute to work. We hope to make it a good day with everyone. So thank you so much for listening. I am RB. My website is raisingday.com. My co-host, Jay, is the creator and owner of badculture.net. So we will talk to you guys next Friday morning, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. We will check you out then. Have a good weekend.
Peace.
That isn't just the sound of the all-new 2016 Mercedes-Benz GLC being put through its paces. It's the sound of innovation. The innovation behind one of the most advanced SUVs on the road today. With multiple driving modes, a suite of intelligent drive systems, and a technology-filled cabin that sets new standards in modern luxury. This is what innovation sounds like. Now, discover what it feels like in a 2016 Mercedes-Benz GLC.
Some equipment described as optional.